Hey, yo, what's going on, everyone? My name is Moku, and we are back with more Ace Attorney. We're just gonna address the elephant in the room. I did shave. I felt like it started to go way too much, and it didn't look well on me. But other than that, we were just heading out for the trial of Mr. Willpowers, which, by the way, while I was editing the last video, I realized that Mr. Jackhammer, the victim, and Mr. Willpowers, the defendant, both of the names together actually are words. I didn't even notice that till I was editing. So that just shows how idiotic I am. But who better to play this game than an idiot? But yeah, so now we're just gonna head out. And Mr. Edgeworth is back. Glad to see him back. So, court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Willpowers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well. Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please. The prosecution will show the court that at 2:30 p.m. on October 15, the defendant, Mr. Willpowers, killed fellow actor Jack Hammer at Studio One of Global Studios. It is impossible for anyone else to have committed this heinous crime. The evidence presented during the trial will all point to this fact. I see. Very well. I would like to move on to some testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, the prosecution may call its first witness. You don't want any opening statement from the defense? Alright. Very well. I call a most familiar face, Detective Gumshoe, to the stand. I'm surprised he's still a detective and not just an officer at this point. Detective, if you would briefly describe this case to the court. Yes, sir. I'll explain with the guy map here. To understand this case, it's important to grasp the layout of the studio, see? This here is the employee area. The actors did a run-through of their action scenes during the morning here. This is the main gate to the studios. The security lady that works at the studios was here at 1 p.m. on that day. Fun fact, I got my voice ready for it. I actually brought water, which I'm gonna need it immediately. But I got it ready. It's not gonna hurt this time. Past the security station there is a gate, see? Past that are the studios. And here it is, Studio One. This is the scene of the murder, where the body was found. Now, on the day of the murder, October 15th, there were only 3 people here. The victim, Jack Hammer, the defendant, Willpowers, and a young woman, the production assistant. All the production staff were in the employee area until noon. Then after lunch, the victim, Jack Hammer, went to Studio One. I was wondering, like, what does the V stand for, but victim. Right after that, at 1 p.m., the security lady got to the guard station. Now, jump ahead to later that day, 5 p.m. The production staff came to Studio One to perform a rehearsal. Needless to say, the rehearsal was cancelled. The time of death was 2:30 p.m. The samurai spear found lodged in the victim's chest was the murder weapon. That's the case in brief. Anyone like to hear that again? Try to listen to that whole thing again. I think that's pretty much it for now. I think I can probably remember. Yeah, we should be fine. So the murder weapon was a spear. How medieval. Good choice of words there, Your Honor. Your Honor, this case is quite simple if you ask one question. And that question is, what did the security lady at the guard station see? Understood. Let's call the security officer to the stand. I'm ready. Will the witness declare her name? My, aren't you a handsome fellow? I'm afraid I'm a bit flustered. God damn, you're a MILF hunter. That's what I'm gonna call you from now on. Your name, please. Oh, dearie. No need for you to be embarrassed. Just call me Grandma. Your name, please. Seems Edgeworth has a bit of trouble getting his witnesses to say their name. Yeah. Wendy Oldbag. Oh my gosh, her name is actually Oldbag. I thought that was just a nickname. So just call me, Graham. Okay, again, she's going in. She's going in. Something about being super hot and very endearing. Objection. I object to the witness talking. Yeah, objection sustained. The witness will refrain from rambling on the stand. I was just getting to the good part, dearie. Perhaps we can get to the testimony? No. Oh my gosh, I'm mixing everyone's voices. No, the witness was stationed at the main gate on the day of the murder, correct? Yes, see, I was. And to get to the scene of the murder, someone would have to pass by you. You know your stuff, dearie. You may begin your testimony. She sure is one hell of an old bag. Oh yeah, she is. Windy old bag. Alright. On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 p.m. Poor old Hammer and the rest had been doing a run through there since the morning. I had some errands to run that morning. Anyways, it was 1 when I got to the guard station. I was at the main gate from then until 5. Now, the murder happened at 2:30, right? And interesting to me because a certain man walked by at 2 p.m. It was Powers. That man right there, and he was headed towards the studio. Well, in her testimony, she saw Powers, but she didn't really saw Powers. She saw the samurai. You saw the defendant then. Very well. Let's begin the cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Let's see here. Let me check my my evidence because I haven't taken a look before this. So that's a spear. So Powers photo taken at the gate at 2 o'clock. Car key and the guide map, which I'm just gonna, so I'm probably gonna need to check that eventually. So on the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 p.m. Poor old Hammer and the rest had been doing a run through there since the morning. I had some errands to run that morning. Anyways, it was 1 o'clock when I got to the guard station. I was at the main gate from then until 5. Now the murder happened at 2:30, right? Interesting to me because a certain man walked right by me at 2 p.m. It was Powers. That man right there, and he was heading towards the studio. And I'm gonna go ahead and not even press because I have a feeling, yep, it was easy like that. I don't have to overthink it. That's what I've learned. Don't overthink it. Let me get this straight, old bag. Miss Oldbag. You've been saying since yesterday that you saw Mr. Powers, correct? But you're talking about the men in this photo, aren't you? Just a moment, Mr. Wright. Let me see that photo. Seriously, this sun is popping. What is this exactly? None other than the Steel Samurai, defender of Neo Old Tokyo. It's surprising that Phoenix is said it and not Maya. Miss Oldbag, is this the Mr. Powers that you saw? Of course. Did your mama teach you any sense, Sonny? Anyone can plainly see that's Powers, right? No, they can't. Well, I mean, I wonder? True, Mr. Powers does play the role of the Steel Samurai. But that doesn't mean Mr. Powers is the Steel Samurai. No, I know that. I wasn't born yesterday. No one in this court is accusing you of that, Miss Witness. I'm sorry, this game is funny. He's having trouble calling her Oldbag, apparently. However, you do not have proof that the person in this photo is Mr. Will Powers, do you? Nosy old man. Of course I have proof. What? Huh? Even Edgeworth is surprised? The prosecution would like to ask the witness. Please make known all of the information in your possession ahead of time. How was I to know everyone would be so nosy? You should be ashamed, all of you. Anyway, I showed that photo to the young detective. He told me this isn't any good as evidence, pal.
He didn't even give it a second look.
Huh? Wow. Old Windbag has left even Edgeworth speechless. She's good. Let's hear about your proof then. Alright, so I was thinking, like, because it's the photo number 2, if the first photo actually Gumshoe has it. That's what I was thinking.
I never said anything I don't mean, mind you. That morning, during the run-through of the action scene, I saw Powers trip and fall. He broke one of the props. It was a big mess. Apparently, he sprained his ankles pretty bad. Now, look at that picture. You can see he's dragging his leg, see? Clear as day. That's how I knew it was Powers. Happy?
So he had sprained his ankle. Very well. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. She's got to be hiding something. I'll press her until she squeals. Yeah. Because now I'm a little bit confused about the... I see what she's heading at, but I want to know... I want to know the truth of what she's saying. I never said anything I don't mean, mind you. That morning during the run-through of the action scene, I saw Powers trip and fall. Trip and fall?
Yes. And to think he's supposed to be a steel samurai. What a laugh. So, Powers sprained his ankle. I helped make it better for him, of course.
You helped make it better? You better not have kissed. Oh my gosh, she did.
Oh! Ew! Dude! What the fuck? I guess it hurts.
Let's just skip over that part, shall we? She should plead the fifth for harassment. I couldn't think of a word. Where was the assistant then?
Oh, her? She was cleaning up backdrops, I think. She didn't even know about Powers' ankle.
You may continue the testimony.
He broke one of the props. It was a big mess.
Apparently, he sprained his ankle pretty bad. Did you kiss him again? Was Mr. Powers' ankle badly sprained?
Not so bad that he couldn't walk around. He went to his dressing room to rest up after lunch.
That's the nap.
Anyway, I saw him dragging his foot when he walked.
Dragging his foot. Okay.
You can see he's dragging his legs, see? Clear as day.
That's the one I wanted to press more. Are you absolutely sure? Let's take a look at that picture again. Yeah. I don't know if he's dragging. I think he is stepping on something and the pants is too large. Like a teenager? I'm thinking the assistant has done it. That's what I'm thinking. But at least it's actually a case that we don't know who the killer is, right? I just realized that. So that's great. So he was walking strangely because he was injured. It does look like he was dragging his foot.
See? And you didn't trust me, whippersnapper.
That's how I knew it was Powers. Happy? Still, you can't look at this and say it's Mr. Powers. Yes, but only Mr. Powers would have been dragging his leg. He has a point. It does seem quite likely that it was Powers. There's gotta be more to this. I better keep pressing her. So I missed something, I guess? Or... Well, Nick? Found any glaring contradictions? Well, she seems pretty sure that it was Powers in this photo. I guess I'll just press her and see if I can shake her conviction. So I skipped on one of them. That one... Okay, I want to press her on the morning. Who was present at the run-through?
Well, let's see. There was Powers, he's a steel samurai. Then poor old Hammer, the evil magistrate. And me.
And what exactly were you doing?
Observing. Just observing.
What about the assistant?
Oh, she was not moving backdrops around and such.
So she didn't see the run-through then. I pressed her on that before. Maybe it was props. Maybe I skipped the props and I shouldn't have. He broke a prop?
Sure did. His own samurai spear.
His samurai spear? The murder weapon?
Luckily, I was there with my duct tape to fix it.
This strikes me as a significant detail. I better write this down in the court record. Yep. That's actually very good to know. apparently he sprained his ankle pretty bad. I think I pressed on that. I'm just gonna double check because I don't want to skip it. Yeah, okay, I've done this. Oh, shoot, sorry. I've heard this enough, haven't we, Your Honor? Well, there's one thing that bothers me. Which is? Where is this steel samurai costume now? Actually, well, we couldn't find it. We're looking, though. Anyway, that's not important. The witness did see the steel samurai, see? And it is clearer that the person in the steel samurai was Mr. Will Powers. I suppose that's right. I'm thinking about this, the spear. Like, obviously, was it broken when they found it? That's what I want to know. Are you sure you're sure, Your Honor? Hold it right there. We keep talking possibilities, but we have to agree that this photo shows the steel samurai. Nowhere in this photo can we see Mr. Will Powers. The defense has a point. I also wonder if someone else not caught on camera could have killed Mr. Hammer. We have to consider that possibility also. Then allow me to remove that doubt from your mind, Your Honor. Will the witness continue her testimony, please?
No need to ask twice.
So this is a continuous. Okay, good.
The time of poor Hammer death was 2:30, true? The only person I go to the studios before then was Will Powers. No one else went there. If they had, I would have seen them.
I'm gonna run out of water. So, if no one else went to the studio, then it would have had to be the steel samurai who did it. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. That was such a... That was very quick, so... Time of poor Hammer's death was 2:30, true? Yeah. The only person I saw go to the studio before then was Will Powers. Are you absolutely sure?
Oh, quite, Sonny. Nobody suspicious looking passed by at all.
Nobody's suspicious looking. Right.
No one else went there.
What about before you got to the guard station?
You mean before one? Why, everyone was in the employee area before then. And I locked the main gate so no one could get in. Not to mention, if they had, I would have seen them.
Are you sure? The witness has answered the question. Anyone going into the studio had to pass by the witness.
That's right, Sonny. You let them have it, Edgy boy.
Edgy boy? Edward does not want to be here anymore. Old Windbag sure has balls. Well, you know what I mean. Old Windbags have a way of skipping over important details after all. Or for that matter, entirely forgetting them. How convenient. Something for you to look forward to, perhaps? Oh, gosh. Thank God you didn't say that out loud. You would have been dead. You would be the next victim of the trial, and I'm gonna have to play as her. Even though she's the one who killed you. Okay. I was just making sure that was the whole testimony. So now this is where I have to present something. Or do I press this first? How do you know that?
Huh? Didn't I just explain? I gave Donut to the young detective. And then, after some rubbish about it being a secret, pal, he told me everything.
I see. Detective Gumshoe share his fellow officers' fondness for donuts. For then what's what pause? I already pressed on that. I pressed, and I did press. Ugh, got the hiccups now. Okay, so I have to have to present it with an evidence. I'm thinking if the card key has something to do with it right now. That's spare. If he destroyed that now I'm thinking about it. She said that she said that Mr. Willpowers broke the spear. Now this is a photo taken at 2 o'clock where you see a spear isn't broken unless they fix. Oh yeah, she said she fixed it with duct tape. Fudge. That has been mended with duct tape. I'm an idiot. Okay. Oh wait. Oh, I could always go back? I never knew this. Okay. Oh, okay, that was it. Hold on. Look at this photograph one more time. This photo was taken by the camera at the gate for the studios, correct?
Yes, sirree, Sonny.
So whenever anyone passes by here, it automatically takes a picture.
And here I thought you didn't know your head from a hole in the ground.
Right. Anyway, it's also true that the computer in the guard station records all security cam data.
Oh, you know, if you wanted to work at the studio, we might have an opening.
That very computer printed out this photo. Note that on the back of the photo are printed the words October 15, 2 o'clock, photo number 2. Oh, right, photo number 2. I was just talking about it literally 20 minutes ago. Alright, so I was thinking, like, because it's the photo number 2, if the first photo actually, Gumshoe has it.
Even I know that means it was taken at 2 p.m. on October the 15th. Really, Sonny.
Actually, I knew that too. The issue here is the bit at the end where it says photo number 2.
Photo number 2?
The computer only held data for one photo on that day. Don't you think that's odd? Shouldn't this photo be photo number 1 if it only was the only photo? Yeah, I should have actually got that first. I'm an idiot. Order! Order! Please, tell the court what you mean by this, Mr. Wright. Actually, that's why I want to ask the witness. This evidence shows that not 1, but 2 people went to the studio that day. Yet, there is only data for one of the photos. Who could have erased the data for the other photo? Only someone with access. The security lady herself. She's an accomplice.
Me?
Oh. Okay, I thought she was going to go on her rant there.
You watch your mouth, whippersnapper. The only person I saw that day was Willpowers.
But the camera on the gate fired twice. That means 2 people went by.
Well, yes. That's what it would seem to mean.
Can the witness explain this to the court?
I don't understand these newfangled computer things. Edgy boy, help!
Believe me, I want to. But I don't know what that means either.
Some help you are. You're a whippersnapper too. Whippersnapper?
Something the matter, Miss Oldbag?
Ah, that's right. I just remembered something.
Let me guess. Someone else passed by the gate. Someone other than the Steel Samurai?
Well, yes, I suppose you could put it that way.
The judge also starts to realize that this is getting stupid. I love it. I see you. Your testimony, please, for the last time. God damn it.
Every day, after I finish my guard duties, I have one other important job to do. I go through the photos recorded on the security computer and check them. I throw out any photos that aren't suspicious looking, you see. Come to think of it now, I remember throwing out one photo that day. Oldbag, this is the first I've heard of this. Well, of course, Sonny. I've only just remembered it.
Right. Anyway, Mr. Wright, please begin your cross-examination.
Well, I'll say this was a turn for the unexpected, but I kind of expected this.
Yeah, this... Trying to get your memory straight there, lady. Every day after I finish my guard duties, I have one important job to do. I go through the photos recorded on the security computer and check them. I throw out any... Okay, I want to press on that one. How exactly do you determine what isn't suspicious looking? That was my same question.
Oh, you can tell by looking at their faces, for the most part.
For the most part? This is a murder trial, Miss Oldbag.
Well, I didn't touch that suspicious-looking willpower's photo, did I?
I think she's missing the point. Come to think of it now, I remember throwing out... Okay, that's super important, I need to know. Well, who in the heck was in that photo you erased?
A fanboy.
Fanboy? We're gonna avoid the fanboy? Everyone knows that fanboys, fangirls are the most dangerous ones.
Still samurai fanboys. Real freak, if you ask me. They get information about the rehearsal from gosh nowhere. They're always hanging about. One was there that day.
Wait a second. Did you just say no one else could get in? I locked the main gate so no one could get in. Those were your words.
Well, if you must know, there's a drain that goes into the employee area.
The drain that I talked about in the last... Oh my gosh.
The grate had been loose for a while. It leads outside, and well, that's where they come in.
They come in through the drain.
I told you they were freaks. Oh,
And?
The kids. Children. Whippersnappers.
Kids? So on the photo that you erased?
It was a boy. Probably 2nd or 3rd grade.
Order. Let me get this straight. You saw 2 people pass by the gate on the way to the studio that day. One was the Steel Samurai dragging his leg. The other was a boy who looked to be in about 2nd or 3rd grade.
Oh yes, well, we see his type there every day. Can't stop them, can't catch them.
A boy in 2nd and 3rd grade. I assume it would be hard, if not impossible, for a young boy to wield a samurai spear. Impossible, I think. It's quite heavy.
Right. As I said, I didn't pay him much mind. That's why I erased the data.
Nick? What's going on? I mean, the boy was there, that makes him a suspect. Yeah, and they're already trying to unsuspect him. This court will take a 5-minute recess. I want the defense and the prosecution to consider this new information. And no forgetting vital information this time. Seriously, like, where the hell did that kid came from? Holy moly, G-Money Christmas. Mr. Powers. Yes. Tell me straight. Were you really in your dressing room? You didn't go to the studio?
I didn't go to the studio. I was sleeping, honest.
So who was the Steel Samurai in that security photo?
How should I know? The Steel Samurai costume was off of the corner in the dressing room. Anyone could have walked in and taken it easy, really.
What? You should take better care of your stuff.
I couldn't imagine anyone would want to steal Samurai costume. Steal is still... Oh, sorry. So, where does this leave me?
This doesn't look good. You're the only one likely suspect right now. Nick! What are we going to do? First, we play for more time. We'll start targeting someone else that could conceivably, thank you, have done this. Right! And it'll take them so long to shoot us down that we can get another day. Right. But if we pick the wrong person, we might lose on the spot.
You don't sound very optimistic.
I'm not optimistic at all, actually. Hey, Nick. It's time. Okay, let's go.
What does that mean? Please don't like that.
Yeah, so we either had to target Oldbag or that new kid. Because the assistant, for me, I still think the assistant's gonna do something about it. She has a deep meaning about this, but we'll see. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Mr. Willpowers. Mr. Edgeworth, will you present the prosecution thoughts on this matter? The prosecution thoughts are simple. Nothing has changed. The other person who went to the studio was a boy of roughly 10 years of age. The photo we do have may not be hard evidence, but there is still no one else that could have committed the crime. I call for a verdict of guilty for the defendant, Mr. Willpowers. Very well. Mr. Wright, your thoughts? The defense disagree with the prosecution claims. There is another person who could have committed this crime. Order. Interesting. Let us hear who you have in mind. However, be aware that this court does not look kindly on accusing the innocent. If you accuse someone who is obviously innocent, you will be penalized. Right. Great. As if the stakes weren't high enough. So, who was this person other than Mr. Willpowers that could have committed the murder? Grade school boy, or the security lady, or the assistant girl? Now, my first thought is the assistant girl, but we don't have any evidence on him. And the grade school boy, they said, and I remember clearly, that the spill was too heavy for him to commit the murder. That leaves me with... It was the security lady, Wendy Oldbag. Who? The Steel Samurai is dragging his leg in this picture. That means whoever was in the suit knew about the morning injury. Maybe because they had been watching the action scene run through. There was only one person other than Powers and Hammer who knew about the injury. The security lady, Oldbag.
What? Whippersnapper.
And she has motive. That's a good choice. Order. Is this true, Oldbag?
Oldbag? That's Miss Oldbag to you.
Miss Oldbag was standing guard alone at the main gate. She was by herself. In other words, she has no alibi. She could have briefly left her post to steal the Steel Samurai costume, then slip into Studio 1, the scene of the murder. Why would she go through the trouble of wearing the Steel Samurai costume? Simple, Your Honor. The camera. She knew the camera at the gate would take her picture. If she was in his costume, she could point the finger at Mr. Powers. I see. Excellent deductive reasoning, Mr. Wright. Oh yeah, right there. Sherlock Holmes too, baby. That's odd. Isn't this the part where Edgeworth pounces? Doesn't he usually jump up with an objection and some new damning evidence? Well, Mr. Edgeworth, does the prosecution have an opinion on this matter? The prosecution has no meaningful objection at this time.
What? What's that supposed to mean? Oh, so y'all think I did it? Is that it? Edgy boy, don't just sit there. Do something.
What's my move? Maybe it's not my chance to take this the whole way. I'm thinking, do I have anything to press further? That's my question. I don't really have anything other than the... I was saying the bit, like, let the assistant go. I'm gonna give her a break for now. I guess this just kind of make it look like she's a killer. Funny, I feel bad for her all of a sudden. It's true that the witness could conceivably have committed this crime. Yes, we must not forget that the victim was not an action hero. Was an action hero. As formidable as her personality may be, I doubt she'll be strong enough. If he removes her from consideration, that means Mr. Powers is it. Sorry, Windbag, but I don't have a choice. Damn, I should have pressed then. My bad. The very same reasoning that makes Mr. Powers a suspect in this case can be used to cast doubt on Miss Oldbag's action on that day.
But why would I do something so horrible to poor Hammer?
You forget that Mr. Powers lacks a clear motive too. Indeed. That did it. Now Windbag is one of the suspects. No hard feelings, I hope.
Wait just a minute. What about the other person who went to the studio? The boy. The one whose photos I erased.
He's only a grade schooler though, as you said. Second or third grade, was it?
That doesn't matter. When I was that age, I could pin my own man 10 second tops.
Your thoughts, Mr. Wright? That boy's not the killer.
What? How can you be so sure? Oh, is it being nice to the kids, being mean to the elders, eh? Whippersnapper?
I have proof.
Proof?
Indeed? Then let's see this proof, Mr. Wright. You have proof that shows the boy could not have committed this murder? I'm going with the spear. Or the car key. Car key, because he didn't have any. The scene of the murder, as we all know, was Studio 1. However, you need a car key to enter Studio 1. How could a boy with no formal relation to the studios have a car key? I see. Well, would the witness care to comment on this The Windbag. Speechless. This has got to be a first. Very well. This court will suspend proceeding on the current trial for day. Mr. Edgeworth, please find out more about your witness, Miss Wendy. What was her name? Something Oldbag, Your Honor. Then the prosecution will look further into this old bag. Sorry. Then the prosecution will look further into this old bag before we continue. That is all. This court is adjourned. Oh, this game is amazing. Oh boy, wait.
Wait a second. I'm not going to just sit there while you run up barking up the wrong tree. Me. I'm talking.
And great. Stop the presses. The Windbag wants to talk.
Miss Oldbag.
What is this about? Have you omitted something from your testimony?
Actually, if you must know, there's something I was told not to talk about.
Not to talk about? By whom? Huh. You mean it wasn't Edgeworth who told you not to talk? It's Gumshoe. It's gonna be Gumshoe, huh? Well, testify. They gotta... Don't they like swear on oath? Like, stop lying.
Global Studios wanted me to keep quiet about something. There were some other people at the studios on the day of the murder. They say they had nothing to do with it, see? So they told me to just pretend they haven't been at the studio that day. But if you're going to go accusing me, I'm not letting them get away scot-free.
Miss Oldbag, this is crucial information. Why didn't you keep this from the court until now?
Ain't you been listening? They told me to shut my trap, and I always do what I'm told.
No, this isn't a bad dream, Your Honor. Witness the power of the old bag. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. Oh. Gosh, I thought I was done there for a sec.
Global Studio wanted me to keep quiet about something.
There were some other people at the studio on the day of the murder. I'm gonna keep pressing. I need to get some more info. Who were these people?
Well, the director and the producer, for starters.
The director? We should have known something was fishy. How could I have done a run-through of their action scene without a director?
Of course! Yes, well, I was surprised no one asked about it.
So where were these people?
The director was in the employee area all morning for the run-through. He joined the producer around lunchtime and they had a meeting after that.
Where?
Oh, and it's the Studio 2 trailer.
Studio 2? There was a Studio 2? Yes, there was. Come on, that was obvious.
Well, if you look at the guide map, here it is. You go through the gate and all the way to the left.
The path where the monkey head was fallen over. Yeah, that's another thing. We completely forgot about the monkey head. Yeah, the wind. Bullshit. Gumshoe doesn't know what he's talking about. Well, Mr. Wright, would you like to continue the cross-examination? I think I've already asked all my questions, but... Yeah. If you say but, you got something else in your mind.
They say they had nothing to do with it, see? So they told me to just pretend they haven't been at the studio that day.
If you go... Oh, I completely forgot I got a pass. I thought that was just normal. Now, I'm glad I can go back. So... Deal with it, see? They told me they haven't... Yeah, okay. Let's press that one first. So they were actually in the studio.
Yes, the whole day. When they heard about the murder, they beat it before the cops came. I'll kill this woman, I swear it.
I feel sorry for Edgeworth. Almost. She really left him hanging on this one. Yeah, she really did. But if you're going to go accusing me, I'm not letting them go. I guess pressing her was the right thing to do. For no win back, she sure likes keeping secrets. Let's get as much information as we can. I forgot that was Maya talking, but at this point, I'm just focusing. I'm trying to connect the dot there. I feel like I'm gonna have to present this. Oh, maybe it's the path that's blocked. Oh, I keep forgetting I can go back instead of doing this whole refresh. There were some other people at the studio on the day of the murder. They said they had nothing to do with it. I'm gonna press that. I don't think I pressed that yet. Miss Oldbag, this is a trial for murder.
I know that, silly. Still, they were pretty convincing about having nothing to do with it. And they gave me a little bonus on the side.
So you got your bonus and you still talk. I think I've asked all the questions I have to ask. I guess there's no harm in getting as much info as I can. Okay, yeah, no, so there's gotta be something. Or maybe the reason they want me to give a break is because there's nothing to cross-examine about? It's possible. Oh no, I've already pressed that, didn't I? Yeah. Going to go accusing me. I'm just gonna press that one. Why not? Damn. Who were these people?
Well, the director and the producer for starters.
Oh, is it the same dialogue? It's the same dialogue. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna skip that. Skip. And I want to see if I get the. Okay, I'm gonna take a break. Maybe that's the thing I had to do. Your Honor, we have learned there were others at Global Studio on the day in question. I think I had it right. The director and the producer and some bigwigs were all present. Yet, as we stand there, they have not been questioned. I hold that it is impossible to declare a verdict on the defendant, Mr. Powers. The court acknowledged the defense point. The prosecution will gather more information about the witness, Miss Oldbag, and more information about these other people we have just been told of. I understand, Your Honor. This ends today's proceeding in the trial of Mr. Will Powers. That is all. This court is adjourned. Yeah, so. More people involved. A lot more. And I'm still going with the assistant. That assistant is so nice. It's fishy.
Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. I was right to ask you to defend me.
Oh, really? It's nothing. Or should I? We'll be going down to the studios to do some more investigating. We have to find out more about this director and producer. They'll be turning up in the next trial as witness for certain. So now my chance to get material for the cross-examination. So now's my chance to get material. Oh my goodness. So Nick, have we figured out just who it was in that still samurai costume? Could it really have been Old Windbag? What do you think, Mr. Powers?
I don't think it was her, really.
Neither do I, Nick. Yeah, I know. Look, I was just buying time back there. Someone had to be the bad guy for a bit to take the pressure off Mr. Powers. Poor Windbag. I felt kind of sorry for her. Well, she wasn't winning any points in there with or without my accusation. Yeah, she keeps lying. Okay, let's get down to the studio. Right. We'll be right back to visit you soon. Thanks. Thanks, guys. Okay. No more interruption, right? Okay, good. So, the director and the producer was here, which I believe the assistant did mention there was here as well when we did the investigation. I'm still pointing my fingers to the assistant, and I think I will until the very end. It's just gut feeling at this point. But other than that, I don't know why this episode is by far one of my favorites. I mean, the first two were good, but the first one was just a tutorial, and the second one, honestly, knowing the killer already is kind of just ruins the dramatic. So not knowing the killer on this one is so much better. But that's the investigation done. No, sorry. That's the trial done. I saw investigation. And now we're heading down to the second investigation, but that'll be for the next video. So if you like the series, give it a like, then give it a thumbs up. Comment down for any suggestions or any games you want me to play in the future sequences, and subscribe for more content. And other than that, I hope you have a great day and take care.